Welcome to this week's Maryland's Missing and the Murdered. Maryland's Missing and the Murdered is a weekly YouTube channel that covers the topic of missing and murdered individuals from the state of Maryland. If you like this channel, please like and subscribe. Click the bell so you'll be notified when the next cases are released. This week, we are talking about the murder of Stefanie Watson. Stefanie Watson was a 27-year-old who was living in Laurel, Maryland, and working the night shift in a local emergency room. On July 23rd, 1982, Stefanie was to go to Ocean City with her cousin Christy, but she did not show to pick Christy up. Christy thought that perhaps Stefanie overslept after working the evening prior, so she called the hospital and spoke with a coworker. The coworker told Christy that Stefanie was a no-show to work. As the coworker lived close to Stefanie, she decided to stop at Stefanie's apartment. When she got there, she noticed Stefanie's car was gone, and looking into her apartment, noticed Stefanie's dog inside. Stefanie took her dog everywhere with her, so the coworker thought that the dog being home was strange. Christy reported Stefanie missing, and when police searched the apartment, nothing was out of the ordinary, and there was evidence that she was packing for her trip to the beach. A neighbor told police that they saw Stefanie leave the night prior between 8 and 9 p.m., and she was due to be at work later that evening at 11:30 p.m. 3 days later, on July 26, 1 mile from her home, Stefanie's car was found. There was mud on the tires and blood throughout the car. The keys were in the ignition. Her purse was in the car as well as her fingernail, which looked like it had been ripped off. Handprints with blood streaks were on the window. 2 months later, in September, a high schooler by the name of Todd saw a man pull into his neighborhood with a rubber glove on. He watched as the man threw something in the woods, then drive off. Curious what was thrown into the woods, Todd went to investigate. He was horrified to discover that it was a human skull, so he called police. The skull was identified as being Stefanie Watson. Todd did a sketch for police of the man he saw discarding the skull. However, it did not lead anywhere. 30 years passed without a lead. As DNA science evolved, police pulled out the evidence from Stefanie's case. They tested her car seat and fingernail for DNA. In 2016, it led to a suspect who was already in their system. A current inmate for kidnapping by the name of John Ernest Walsh. His history revealed that in 1969, he was sent to prison for rape and attempted murder, but was released on parole in early 1982. Police went to the prison to interview him. He told police he did not remember. He slipped up eventually during the interview and admitted he was in Stefanie's car, but a man had attacked them, and that's why his DNA was there. Police did not believe that and charged him with Stefanie's murder. In March 2016, John Ernest Walsh pled guilty to second-degree murder and false imprisonment. He was sentenced to 33 years. Police keep going back to interview him in hopes of getting information on where the rest of Stefanie's remains are, but Walsh is not talking. Thank you for joining me this week. If there's a Maryland's Missing or Murdered case that you would like to see on this channel, email me at marylandsmissing@gmail.com. Twitter is Maryland's M&M. Music is by Silent Vengeance. Sources will be listed in the outro. I will see you again next week. Be kind to one another. You never know what will happen tomorrow.